What's up, YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquariums. Monday night, doing a lot of fish room work. I did a giant water change on this big tank last night. I made 50 gallons of salt water, all in 5-gallon buckets, because I like to do water changes when I want to do them. So I like to do 5 gallons here, maybe 8 gallons there. Tonight I did a water change on the 13.5 salt water. But what I'm going to do tonight is, because these pothos here are having some good growth, looking good. The problem is they grow towards light. As you can see, some of them grow down and get burn holes here. So they grow towards light. And what needs to happen is I need to suspend a light up here, hang it, so that these pothos start like this one, growing around these ropes and growing up these pieces of driftwood and up the string and making this thing look awesome. Roots are seriously healthy root system on these, so they are sucking up nitrates and they are growing. They just need more light to grow up. So similar to making some RO, similar to my saltwater suspended light, 2 holes in the beams, some chain, some carabiners, and boom, suspended light. Been there for 2 years now, 2.5, 3 years. Perfect. So, this is what you're gonna need. Here, obviously a light. I like to use Marineland. Number one, because they're awesome. They grow plants really well. They run really cool. And by cool, I mean they're not hot to the touch, and they have built-in timers, which I like. I hate using those fat timers that take up like 2 of your plugs on the strip. Built-in timer, perfect. Eye hooks, eye bolts, zip ties or carabiners. You're gonna need a drill with the appropriate drill bit, some chain or some, it's not twine, it's nice string. It's I don't know what gauge this is, but it's not going to break or melt or anything like that. And you need a towel, especially if you have an open top tank like this one. You do not want to get all the wood that you're drilling holes from in the tank if possible. And so that's the goal, is to suspend this light and get this pothos to start growing upwards. That's the trick. Alright, let's do this. And a vacuum, and a Sharpie, and a screwdriver. Preferably if you have one of these like Sharks or Dysons with the nice bristle attachment. Perfect. Oh, and a beer. Alright folks, set yourself up good. Got your towels laid down the best you possibly can to avoid as much or as little dust as you possibly can get into the tank if you can help it. It's not a huge big deal, that's why you have filters. Sharpie, I forgot to tell you, you're going to need a Sharpie because you want to measure and mark the holes you're going to drill in. I went from this wire right here, which is completely straight, measured out I think it was 7 inches here, same on the other side. Mark it the best you possibly can. The light doesn't need to be like super centered because they're just going to grow towards the light anyway. And then you want to get your drill and go straight up and straight down, best you possibly can. There's going to be some bits that are going to get in your aquarium. Don't worry about it. Not bad. Most of it got on the towels. Perfect drill. Alright folks, got your holes drilled. Time to put in your eye bolts. And this is where that screwdriver comes in handy, because you start twisting these in, try to go straight up as possible, And then when you get to the end, sometimes it's a little tough. This one's not tough. That one was a little. You can stick a screwdriver in there. Get a long screwdriver. It works better for leverage. And you can twist it. This one's not too bad. The other one was a little harder. Which way do we want to do this? Yep, there you go. That's what that's for. Next, let's suspend this baby. Wobble, wobble. All right, folks. So this is the hard part, especially if you're by yourself, which I always am when I do this stuff, except when Greg comes and builds stuff for me. You got one side hooked up. Like I said, you can use carabiners or zip ties. I'm using zip ties because I only had 2 carabiners left and I need 4. And when you're all by yourself, this stinks. But I'm gonna get it done. Self-sufficient. Got your tiny little zip ties on each end of the light, like if it was a carabiner. There we go, finally. And the good thing about these marine land lights is you can take the brackets, which stretch them to 48 inches, and take them off and invert them so that you can use it to hang lights. Now, I want it about that high. Looks pretty level. Now here comes the difficult part. Is zip tying this side. Got it like you like it. Maybe right there. Looks good. Now you gotta zip tie this side so it holds your chain. Alrighty. So you have inverted your brackets. I have used 2 small zip ties on each side. You can also use carabiners and just some chain I bought at Home Depot. You can also use string, like I said. And now I'm going to use that electric tape and hold these 2 right in the center, and we'll be able to fire this baby up. Easy peasy. Alright folks, I've taped one side. What you're going to do is you're going to get about 10 inches, a foot of electrical tape. You're going to line your zip ties right up in the middle and your chain. Put the electric tape on one side and wrap it around so you know the zip tie is not going anywhere from where you have it in the middle. And then you're just going to crisscross it on either side to hold your zip tie right in the middle in place, just like the other side, so everything's nice and level. Go one side, then go the other, and then once you have this, both sides all set up with your carabiner or zip ties and your electrical tape, then you can move the chain, you know, up one notch, the string up one notch, until your light is level. And that looks pretty level to me, folks. So, not too bad. Super simple, super cheap, zip ties, which everybody probably has in their home. You can buy some eye hooks, eye bolts, super cheap. This chain was only like, I don't know, 39 cents a foot or 22 cents a foot, something ridiculous. It only costs like $1 or $2. And now you got your light suspended. Hook it up, set up the timer, let the pothos grow. Thanks for being here with me, folks. I'm going to be uploading videos 1 time a week and trying to make them better. And hopefully I'll be start to editing a little bit better too. So, Mike from Mass, I'm out. Alright folks, all done. Timer's set. Tank actually looks really cool. It's got like two sections here now. You got your black water tank. Sorry about the reflections in the back with your angels. And then you got sort of like the top of the tank. Now this pothos is going to start wrapping around these strings. I'll have to add more strings. Wrapping around the driftwood. It's going to look great. So, easy, some sort of a DIY suspension kit. Looks good. Functionable. Took me about 25 minutes, half hour. Job done. Thanks for staying to the end, folks. Thanks for watching. This is Mike from Mass, and I'm out again.